Howdy folks, I'm John. Thought I'd talk a little bit about potatoes today. Now, you can buy them like this from a nursery, or like mine are, just sprouts from store-bought potatoes. These are Yukon Gold, which happen to be a determinate potato. See, potatoes and tomatoes are both in the deadly nightshade family. And since they're related to tomatoes so closely, it kind of stands to reason there's similarities. Like, for instance, you don't want to eat the leaves, they are indeed poisonous. Secondly, there's determinate and indeterminate. Like with a tomato, they just keep on growing till the frost hits them. And a determinate tomato has a set point at which it won't grow past that, and it usually puts all that fruit out at the same time. Potatoes are kind of the same. Like, for instance, these here Yukon Golds, they're gonna grow pretty much all at the same rate, all at the same time, and then the plant will die and give me a potatoes. Those are generally gonna be called early season potatoes. Now you got the late season potatoes, which are really indeterminates. Those are ones that will potentially keep growing until really late in the season. And those are ones that you hill up. And as you hill up, it keeps bringing more little potato tubers growing on them. So there's a potential method that you can use for both of these to give you ease of harvest and the maximum production. Like, for instance, these Yukon Golds that are a determinate potato, they're easy for me to plant right under the mulch like this. They're only going to grow so far. They're going to set their potatoes and die down. These ones don't need to be hilled up. They're fairly quick. In like 2.5, 3 months, I ought to have what potatoes I'm going to have out of it. I can stick them under the mulch right by these here blueberry plants. They won't really crowd the blueberries because I'm going to put them on pretty wide spacing. They're up against this concrete wall that's going to hold the heat a little bit. It'll help get them off to a good start since it's still a bit early in the spring. In about 6 weeks or so, I can pull the mulch back from this spot, and there will be young potatoes under there that we call young potatoes, spring potatoes, baby potatoes, and they are a treat to behold. You're not likely to find them anywhere. So this is part of gardening where you get such great something out of it that's really a gourmet treat, because they can't really sell those new potatoes at the store very well. They'll be all messed up by the time people pawed through them for half a day. So you go ahead and plant these determinants like this. Plant them under straw like the Ruth Stout method, or you can plant them under the wood chips like this, what they call the back to Eden method. Very simple, very easy, no digging involved. The potatoes won't really be growing deep in the ground. Now notice that there is the navel, you might call it. It's like the belly button. One end's going to have that little knob there, that little belly button, and the other end is going to have more eyes. And it is best to have the eyes facing up. Stick a few inches of mulch over it. I'll probably put another little bit of mulch on before too long and make it a little deeper, but I don't want a heavy, oppressive mulch. I want something that's very light so that the potatoes can expand. They just need protection from the sun and from the heat. And they're in a really perfect environment here now. This will work also with the indeterminate potatoes. They can grow under the soil like this also. they'll take longer to develop, but you can still get baby potatoes out of them. I think they tend to be larger sized potatoes quite often. So it's just a matter of pawing through the mulch a little bit. Try to determine which end has got the belly button and set that down. And to tell the truth, that's not the most important thing. I mean, it's not like a garden bulb that has to really be kind of planted the right direction. If you got the potato sideways or upside down, the darn thing is strong as an ox. It'll get sprouts turned around the right direction. Now, potatoes do like decent soil. They're not really something that's a famine food in the sense that you can grow it on inadequate soil. It appreciates the soil a little bit toward the acidic side. It really likes a nice friable soil. It likes a loose, rich soil, and it really loves mulch. Now, I'm putting these on a pretty wide spacing, about 2 feet. I've got them growing near some blueberries that are new plants. This is in soil that I've been trying specifically to acidify it quite a bit for the blueberries. I think potatoes will do okay in it because it hasn't really fully acidified yet. These ones are German buttercup, I think they are. And they are an indeterminate. If I pull the mulch aside, you can see the original tuber that I planted. So here what I am doing is placing a little bit of really nice potting mix around these indeterminate potatoes, filling up to the top of the bucket, and I'll let them grow out another month or two. We'll see what kind of potatoes we get from them. See, part of the fun of gardening is experimenting and seeing if you can coax the utmost from the plants and the soil, and yet at the same time not burn it out, but increase its own life and its own fertility and abundance. Well, thank you very much, folks. Have yourselves a good day. Come back again. Bye.